He gave 21 years of his life to his country, serving in World War II and playing a vital role in protecting the U.S. during the Cold War. John McLin was a communications specialist in the Air Force, intelligent and skilled, yet humble and soft-spoken. CBS 19's Justin Early introduces us to him in this special July 4th edition of East Texas Heroes.
John McLin's service record in the U.S. Air Force reads like a world atlas.
I didn't go overseas until the end of the war. Then I went to Germany and Austria and Italy and North Africa.
And the list doesn't stop there. About a dozen different assignments all across the globe.
Right here.
He felt America's call in 1940, before the start of World War II, and signed up for the Army Air Corps.
For a hayseed from Southern Illinois, it was quite a change.
He attended radio operator and mechanic school, and when World War II began, he remained in the U.S. and taught cadets everything they needed to know to communicate an aircraft overseas, with tools to make things as realistic as possible.
Operating systems, mock-ups from aircraft and so forth, so that the student could become acquainted with what he was going to face when he got into an airplane.
And he can't imagine how the war would have ended without the highly valuable radio communication equipment.
Well, he couldn't have won a war without communications. It's vital. Communications are vital to coordinate movements. Navy, Army, Air Force units.
And back then, radio technology came with plenty of challenges.
Our point-to-point communications worldwide was determined a lot by the conditions in the air, daytime, nighttime, storms, sunspot activities. They all interfered with our communications.
After the end of World War II, there was a new battle brewing, the Cold War with Russia, and his job was to monitor Russian activity in case of an attack.
We had our radar system set up in Western Germany so that we could detect an invasion by the Russian Air Force. Early warning.
And the Russians occupied many areas in Europe, creating a hostile environment for U.S. troops there. They interrupted a supply mission McLin was helping carry out for U.S. forces in Berlin in 1953.
They closed up the roads to Berlin. They wouldn't let us drive our vehicles into, regular business. And then we had to fly supplies in there with the airlift system that we developed.
Even a trip to the movie theater in Vienna, Austria, became volatile when a drunken Russian troop armed with a submachine gun and pistols barreled his way in while American forces were trying to enjoy the show.
He sat down and wanted to watch the movie, and they could do anything they wanted, and they were always armed.
McLin moved around to other bases and eventually back to the U.S. in Montana, but his mission remained the same.
What we were afraid of was an invasion by Russian aircraft.
Fortunately, that invasion never came, but strained relations between the U.S. and Russia have him concerned.
That'd be a terrible thing to start a war with Russia.
After 21 years, McLin retired from the Air Force in 1961, and his service came with much sacrifice, moving his family all around the world. His daughter changed schools 9 times, from 1st through 12th grades, but his family was supportive.
My wife was a champ. She really helped me out a lot here. It's nice to have your family with you too,
And he says he's proud of his service.
I felt it was important. Our jobs were important as far as protecting the United States. And I felt I had a mission. I was happy with it.
And there's no place he'd rather be.
People might gripe about things happening here in the United States, but this is heaven on earth right here in our country.
And that's what makes John McLin an East Texas hero. Justin Early, KYTX, CBS 19 News.
After serving the Air Force, McLin attended business school at the University of North Texas and remained in the state. He retired in Tyler. From all of us, thank you for your service.